Game by game, game by game, Caitlyn Clark is making USA basketball look dumb. Every single game, Caitlyn Clark is stepping up and showing why she's not only should be on the plane, why she should have been, she should be the starting point guard for this team. Albeit, that's just because the point guard position's weak. But realistically, you should have brought both her and Reese, whether it be for ratings or not, just to get some young players involved. Like, everyone like, oh, they have a selection process, they have this Team USA camp. Man, acting like they didn't bring Leitner in 92, acting like they didn't bring Emeka Okafor in 2004, acting like they didn't bring Anthony Davis in 2012 in the men's side, acting like they didn't bring Brittany Griner out of college in 2012. But, or not even Brittany Griner, out for a junior year. But before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 17.7k by the end of the day. So, anyway, here we go. Here we go. The starting point guard for Team USA is probably Chelsea Gray. It's probably Chelsea Gray. And look, I get it. In the past, Chelsea Gray was one of the best point guards in the WNBA. And I get it. The Aces have been significantly better with Chelsea since Chelsea Gray has come back. I don't know how much it has to do with Chelsea Gray, though. I really don't. Like, she's fine. Like, she is a perfectly fine point guard. I think more so than anything, having a point guard is what they need. Like, a player to get Jackie Young off the one. Like, I think that's more important than Chelsea Gray specifically. Because, like, look, stats-wise, like, the box score doesn't mean everything. But Chelsea Gray is still averaging 7.1 points a game, 3.1 rebounds per game, and 4.6 assists per game. So you're like, okay, yeah, these really aren't the greatest stats. She's one of the best point guards ever. But like in the last couple of games, and like that is very skewed by a game against the Mystics, where she scored 22 points. A game against the Mystics, where she went 8-9. But she had 8 against the Sky, she had 8 against the Mystics, she had 4 against Indiana. She was not good against Indiana at all. And she has had in those games a 1 for 8 and a 1 for 9 shooting game. And her assists, like, I think it was her second game. She had 7. She hasn't had more than 5 assists in a game. Or more than 6 assists in a game. And then you're looking at what Caitlyn Clark is bringing to the team. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine what Caitlyn Clark would do for Team USA? Like, could you imagine her just getting rebounds, pushing, seeing Kelsey Plum on one side because of the way Kelsey Plum runs the floor. Seeing seeing like Aja Wilson running the floor. Seeing Breanna Stewart there. Okay, I'm giving the ball to these. Oh, yeah. Give me 17 assists a game. Give me 17 assists a game. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm not the greatest defender in the world. Cool. Bring some defenders. Yeah, let me just go. Let me just go and set everybody up right here. And you might be saying, oh yeah, but Chelsea Gray can do that. I'll give you that. Chelsea Gray can do that. And look, I'm not saying Caitlyn Clark is better than prime Chelsea Gray. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying Caitlyn Clark is better than what Chelsea Gray was before the injury. Chelsea Gray is about 50%. She's at about 50%. And she's been back the guts of a month at this stage. Like, she's been back since... I want to see how many games she's played this year. Oh, 7 or 8 games this year? So, like, she's played 7 games. And she's played almost half the season. Averaging 7.1 points. Look, last year, 15.3. Clearly, whatever injury she has was bad. That was bad enough to basically keep her out of the sport for 9 months. Is bad enough. That is affecting how she plays. The injury is affecting her. And I think they jumped the gun. I really think they jumped the gun. I also would not be surprised if back... I said this back a couple of... Was it a couple of months ago at this stage? Or whenever the team was announced. I said it. What I said was... I thought that they announced the team so that Chelsea Gray probably wouldn't be playing out of respect for Chelsea Gray, so that they didn't have to have the uproar of Caitlyn Clark there, and when Chelsea Gray is injured, Caitlyn Clark can be brought into the team. And now it's just looking like a dumb decision. Now it's looking like a real dumb decision. Because if you want to bring the best 12 players, she's not in it. Like, you can't use the best 12 players excuse anymore. Because I'm sorry, she's the best point guard in the WNBA right now. And like, maybe Sabrina can play the 1 for Team USA, and I think Sabrina probably could. But again, Sabrina's not playing the 1 right now. Like, Vandersloot plays the 1 quite a bit. Like when she's healthy, she's the one for her team. And like Sabrina's not the floor general of Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark deserves to make this team. And almost every country waits to pick their team. USA, I don't know why they picked their team so early. Like most countries have their team. Like I'm not sure France only recently picked their team. The team should have realistically been picked a while later. But at the time picking the team, Caitlyn Clark had a good but not unbelievably good start to her rookie year. The main argument that people were saying for Caitlyn Clark over Chelsea Gray was like, oh, but like the ratings. Screw the ratings. It's not even about the ratings anymore. It is purely about Caitlyn Clark being the best at what she does in the league. I couldn't care. Obviously, the ratings would help. Whoever has the Olympic Games, it would help. And I'm not going to lie. If Caitlyn Clark was on Team USA, I would have already booked my flight to Paris. And I don't think I can watch. I might not be able to watch the women's final because I'm in Spain till the Tuesday of that week. And then I'm in Spain till the Tuesday of like the main week of the Olympics. And then I'm in Leeds for the day of the men's final. I don't know when the women's final is. I'm not sure if the women's final is the day before or the day after. I think it might be the day after. But either way, I'd be there. I would be there to watch Team USA play. I would be there for that. And now, look, I'm not going to absolutely cheer against Team USA like I will in the men's. But I will still watch the games on TV. But at the end of the day, I think purely basketball-wise, just how much more exciting she makes the game of basketball than any of these players. Like, look, I think Chelsea Gray's at her peak is better than what Caitlyn Clark is right now. I think Chelsea Gray last year, she's just not what that is. She's just not at that level. But I think there are a lot of players that play a fun brand of basketball, whether it be a Jewel Lloyd, whether it be a Kelsey Plum, a Jackie Young. Heck, I think A'ja Wilson's just so effective. I think Breanna Stewart plays a decent style of basketball. Don't necessarily think Brittany Griner does. Taurasi can shoot from anywhere. And I think surrounding all those players with a Caitlyn Clark, that it could have made it would have made the team better in my opinion. I think she's the best point guard in the league. And also what it could have done, not even for the league, just the spotlight of those other players. Like just having her and like the worst part is the logic is so bad. Being like her fans will be really upset if she doesn't play too many minutes. She should be a starter. Like I think if she was picked in the 12, if she was honestly picked in the 12 for their pre-Olympic games and everything, they should be trying out Caitlyn Clark as a starter. Because she deserves it. Because the reality is that she's probably going to start. Chelsea Gray right now is not as good as Caitlyn Clark right now. And again, if you want to say, oh, but Chelsea Gray was the best player on her team, yada, yada, yada. It's like, yeah, was. You could say was the second best player on the Aces. She may not even be the fourth. No, she's the fourth best player on the Aces. Let's not get it. Let's not go too far ahead of myself. But she's the fourth best player in the Aces right now. And it's not even the stats. I've watched the game. She doesn't seem to do anything. Like she doesn't turn the ball over that much. Like she is playing like a worse Julie Van Loo right now. If you replace Chelsea Gray with Julie Van Loo, I'm telling you the Aces, it would make absolutely no difference. And that's not a knock on Julie Van Loo. I really like her as a player. But she's like my prime example of I don't mess up too many times. I will hit a wide open shot but do nothing more. And high IQ player. Like if you replace Chelsea Gray with Julie Van Loo, and not prime Chelsea Gray, this current version with Chelsea Gray with Julie Van Loo would make no difference. But yet you have the generational point guard who could run the damn show for you guys, who could turn yous into the like Showtime USA, beat everyone in style. Every day, the decision to snub Caitlyn Clark is looking worse and worse.